Let's get a little 1, 2, 3 from you.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. All right. And let me just hear, how is it like, being a guy that is going to be on you've already been on trading cards, but being part of the brand, one of the most probably popular brand of trading cards. How does that feel to be, here?
It's a really, really cool feeling. Obviously growing up as a kid, you got friends, you may be into it yourself, but everybody was, especially back in my day, everybody was, collecting the different sporting cards and things like that. So, just to fast forward to where I am in life to, people are now collecting mine or want my autograph or signing on my sports card. It's a really, really cool feeling. It's almost like a full circle type of moment, like to once be in that position and now be on the other side of actually being the guy that's signing the card. So really, really cool feeling. It's an honor. Obviously, it comes with, a big responsibility, but at the end of the day, it's cool, and I'm honored to even be in this type of situation. So I'm blessed as well.
That's really cool. And for you, is there any input you can get on which picture they cover, or like if you have a picture you want them to put?
I don't think I got that much input. Like I said, it's just an honor even to be in that, type of a situation. So hopefully it's when it does come to my pictures, it's in one of my better moments. So that's all I can say. Being an athlete, being caught up in the moment, I'm pretty sure we make some ugly faces. So I just hope it's one of my better moments.
DeMarcus, you're a man who's had, a career that now has spanned the globe. And before we talk about some of the best, I'm going to talk about, recently, you were talking about Taiwan. How has that been? I know obviously everyone saw Dwight, but you've been a little bit more low-key about it, but you're just talking about how the food's been great. And what's that experience been like?
It's a really cool experience. I'm blessed to be in a position to, have basketball take me all over the world, meet different people, meet different cultures, and actually learn these people's cultures. So that's one of the better things that comes with this sport. On top of that, you get to meet people that, have the same love and passion that you do for the sport. So, with that being said, my time in Taiwan was incredible. I met some really, really nice and genuine people. That's a rare thing just with the times we live in now. So just to be able to, meet just genuinely nice people with good intentions, that's a really dope thing, and I actually cherish that because it is a rare thing in today's time. So that's cool. Just the culture, the way they carry themselves, the purest intentions, and I'm a huge foodie. The quickest way to win me over is a good plate of food. So I went over there and the food was incredible. The hot pots and the Wagyu barbecues and things of that nature, it was really cool. So I enjoy my time there. Look forward to doing more time there. And, like I said, this game is taking me all over the world, and I'm really blessed.
And with your experience and now playing, in Taiwan and having you played, obviously, growing up and when you were younger internationally, well, for U.S., what is the difference when you play over, international competition compared to the NBA?
Well, the biggest thing is probably the language barrier, but at the end of the day, it's basketball, and you don't really, I don't know, it's kind of like a universal language when it comes to the game where you don't even have to know the next person, but it's just going to make sense. It's easier, like, it's hard to explain, but when you're in that moment, it's kind of easy to understand. But, outside of the language barrier, it's not much difference. I mean, it's a few tweaks in the rules here and there compared to, maybe NBA or FIBA. It's obviously it's a different basketball in some leagues, but, at the end of the game, the foundation of the game is the same. So it's not too much or any type of drastic difference. So basketball is basketball, and that's what makes it so dope.
Yeah. They say love is the universal language. They should say it's basketball.
Basketball may be second.
So for you, seeing that, you last played with Denver, and that was your former coach, Michael Malone, and we've heard you say that when he was one of your favorite coaches in Sacramento. How is it to seeing him get a championship and having to play for him again? What's your thoughts about Michael Malone and just your time with him?
Well-deserving. He's a guy that's really put his time into this league. He's grinded his way from the bottom, to now being in the position that he is in now with being a championship coach. Super deserving, hard-working guy. He prides himself on being a defensive coach. So obviously the saying goes, defense wins games and championships. So to see his philosophy end up, working out in his favor, that's dope to see. Being, having the honor to be one of his, first players with being the head coach, to just seeing how his career has played out. It's really, really cool to see. I'm honored just to be a small part in his story. His story will continue to be great, and I'm just, I'm honored to say I had a small part in his story. Coach Malone's a great guy. He's a great coach, and he's getting everything he deserves.
DeMarcus, for you, how has mentally your journey been? I know the last few years, for someone who, you were Boogie Cousins, you were like the guy. When you were traded, that was a blockbuster trade. You were an all-NBA player. You were an all-star. For how, the last couple of years, I'm sure, how's the mental fortitude been for you there?
Honestly, it's been a good thing for me. I feel like you need, times of, self-reflection and figuring things out and, going through your bumps and adversity. I'm not a person that really shies away from adversity, because at the end of the day, once you overcome those things, it only makes you stronger mentally, physically, and, all the weak areas in your life. So I'm not really a guy that, shies away from it. Obviously, if it's avoidable, I'm all for it. But, I'm a firm believer in it. It helps you grow. And I'm a product that's, growing every day. I want to better myself every day. My goal every day is to be better than the previous day. So I'm all for growth, and I'm loving the growth. I'm finding out different things about myself that I didn't know before. I'm finding out talents that I didn't know before. Just being able to not, no longer just being one box of just being, a basketball player. I'm able to venture out and get my hands and feet into different things that I never thought I could before. And it's been working out in my favor. So I'm excited for my future. I'm excited for my growth. And I'm in a really, really good place, and I'm happy about that.
And I feel like that's great to hear, because, things can always go the opposite, and you never want that. For you, is there, and I know people shouldn't live with regrets or anything, and that's not how I phrase it, but is there ever a season that you look back and you're like, damn, that didn't happen, like we could have done something, or if someone didn't get hurt, or if I didn't get hurt, that could have been the year? Is there ever a year like that one?
Well, it's obvious. It's two moments that stick out to me in my career, and the first one is a guy we spoke about earlier, Mike Malone. Early in that, before he was fired in that season, I got sick with viral meningitis, so it kind of messed up our season, and just messed up everything we could have had moving forward. They fired Mike Malone in that stretch because it was a lot of games lost, but prior to that, or before that even happened, we were on a really good stretch of basketball. We started the year off really, really good. And we were confident, and we felt like that was our year to, make things happen. So it's nothing that I was really in control of in that moment, but it's always that what if it never happened type thing. So I would say that moment, and I would say the moment in New Orleans when I blew out my Achilles going for that rebound. Once again, I'm just doing my job. I want to, make all the right plays and, go out there to win games. But it's always that thought of, in that moment, it could have been controlled. It's what if I never went for that rebound? Or what if I never missed that free throw? You know what I mean? So that's another moment that I think about, like, what if. But as far as living life with regrets, I never do. I feel like you learn from every loss and every win, but more so the losses. I'm okay with that. Like, people call them L's. It can stand for loss, or it can stand for lesson. You know what I mean? So I never live life with regrets because, like I said, every moment, good or bad, it's going to improve you in some type of way, and I'm all for that.
That's really well said, man. That's really well said.
Appreciate it.
That's mental intelligence right there. So for you, looking at the league right now, do you hope to get back in,
Like I said, honestly, no. Like, I've had my time there. It was a point where I was trying to make that happen, but the place I'm at in my life now, just with everything I got going on with just outside of basketball, like I'm in a good place. So, like I said, I'm excited for what I have ahead in my future. You know, my 12 years in the league was a small chapter or chapters in my life, and I'm ready to move on to the next and see what's in store for me.
That's awesome, man. So looking at the league today, do you have like maybe a top 5 of guys that, you know, you think who are your best players right now, either young or just?
I don't really want to get into the top 5, but it is some guys that I really, really enjoy, you know, watching play the game. I'm a huge Anthony Edwards fan. I think he's a superstar in the making. Super face of the league. Well, the next, you know, superstar face of the league. I think he's gonna carry the torch and just keep this league afloat. Big Joel Embiid fan. I think just watching that center position continue to evolve between you know Embiid and Jokic, and just watching the different things these guys can do. But just Embiid in general, just the fadeaways, the touch around. He's a super incredible player. I'm a huge fan of any big with a skill set. And the reason I say that is because I wasn't the most athletic guy. I based a lot of my game just off IQ and skill. So I value that in players. So I usually gravitate to those type of players. But him, I like Wemby. I like Chet. I think those two guys are kind of in Bobo as well. Obviously, he doesn't get the media attention that those other two guys get, but they kind of all in that same category of just evolving the game of basketball, seeing 7-foot guys do things that we're used to seeing, 6'4", 6'3" guys do. So just seeing the game continue to evolve. Basketball's in a really, really good place. So it's some young guys coming up that I think are going to be really, really special. So it's cool to see, and it's cool to just see the game continue to evolve. So it's dope.
In your 12 years, was there ever who was like the hardest person to guard, or someone that you thought like, holy crap, like what is he doing?
Man, I came in the air where when I came in, it was still two bigs in the post type, So like I said, I'm right on the cusp of the old school ball to the new school ball. So I've kind of seen both sides of it, and man, there's so many talented guys. I mean, it's more so guys that, don't even get the recognition. The Al Jeffersons, the Chris Kamens, the Mark Gasols, players of that nature. So see those guys that didn't have the opportunity to play against guys like Zion and things like that. So, but I would say my toughest, Anthony Davis has always been a guy that I've been a huge fan of. His younger days in New Orleans, and we would have a lot of battles. So Anthony Davis is a guy that's gonna always get respect from me. Blake Griffin in his days was special player. So I enjoyed the battles against him. Zebo, one of my favorites. I took a lot from his game. Like I said earlier, I wasn't the most athletic guy, so just learning how to use your body and create angles and make the game easy. We rely on athleticism so much, but learning how to make the game easy and minimize the athletic part. Zebo was incredible with that. So I've had the opportunity to play against some really, really special players. I played the Kevin Garnett's, the Tim Duncans, first ballot Hall of Famers, guys that, paid the way for skilled big men. I even got You're good. I even got the chance to play against Shaq in my rookie season. So, like I said, I've seen it, on both ends, and I'm to just single it down to one person who was hard to guard. That's impossible. There's so many talented guys that come through this league, and I'm blessed to be able to say I had a chance to match up with these guys.
Sweet, DeMarcus, that's all I had to ask. Thank you so much, man.
All right, appreciate you, man.
I'm gonna get that mic off to you. Hello. Thank you for